Hi crafty friends, as promised, here is the card I put up today on Facebook and on my Instagram, and I'm going to show you how to make it. It's made by a lady, and I don't know her name, but her website is Iced Images, and it was amazing. I loved it. As soon as I saw it, I thought, oh my gosh, I need to make this card. Hers was a 5x7, but I've scaled this one down to be a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It folds flat. She called it a half star card. As you can see, it looks like half a star. And I just really loved it, so I thought I'd share it with you today on how to make this one. The paper pack that I have used is my brand new favourite. Oh, papers are going everywhere. It's called Love Story. Anything that's black and white is going to get me. I just love it because I can have any colour with it, any colour at all. And that's what I've got today. So this one here is made with the colour of the year, which is wild berry. And we're going to make one now in Capri, which is this lovely blue. Now I've already stamped and coloured in, and I've used... Oh, crikey, everything's going everywhere. I used the dark end of turquoise blue, and I used the dark end of the iced grey shade to colour it in. And then we're going to use the new white gel pen to, and I think I used, yes, number 8, to make it, give it that little glossy effect. So we'll do that after. That's that bit. I've also cut out my balloons, and I'll show you these ones. And these ones here I've already got the acetate on. It's just a tiny, I don't know if you can see that, it's just a tiny little piece that I've adhered to the back to make the balloon stand up. After I did this one here, I realised it would look good with silver thread hanging down, but I hadn't, it was too late, so I thought I'd do it on this one. And if I'd had the glitter cardstock, I would have done a glitter balloon, but I didn't have any, so I've got black for this one. So, and what else is there? Oh yes, this was the stamps that I used, Festive borders, and I've used this one here, and all I did was cut it in half, and that's what I'll do with that one in a moment. And there's the thing cut to cut it out with, thank goodness. You will also need two 1-inch circles and one 1.5-inch circle in black. So that's, there they are there. We're going to fold these ones as they're going to form the pop-up for this section here. I think the only thing I haven't done is cut out some little strips, but I'll do that in a minute. You will need, let's get started here while I tell you. Right, so you will need for the card base a piece that measures 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, and we're going to score that at 4 1/4. I'll move this one out the way. You will need 2 pieces of cardstock that measure 4 inches by 5 1/4, and you'll want 2 of those, one for the front and one for the back. You will need for your little card on the front this little pop-up bit here, this bit here. This is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, and we're going to score that at 2 1/8 inch. For the 2 panels here, these measure, and now I have to get this right, these are 1 7/8 by 4 inches, and you'll need to cut 2 of those. They go onto the front of the little card here. And then these panels here measure 1 5/8 by 3 3/4, and they will go onto here. Now the other side is that's on here, but I thought to make it a bit different I might turn it over and use the stripy side this time. So that's what I'm going to do. You'll need a panel, a paper panel for one of these pieces, and this measures, I better check that just so I've got it right, 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches, and a white panel for the back, which is 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. You also need to have 3 strips. You will have 2 that measure 4.5 by 1.25 inches, and you will have 1 which goes here in the middle that measures, oh my, that was bad. I'll have to pick that up before I move. 4 inches by 1.25 inches, and we need to score that. So we'll move all the bits we don't need to score. Oh, and I need to cut some little 1 inch by 1 3/4 inch pieces, but they can go on later. So we will get our scoreboard. And I've lost one of my balloons. Oh, no, no. Oh, and the acetate is just little scrappy pieces that I had to put together. So here's our scoreboard. Now I'll just grab all our bits we're going to score. Right, now, for our card, we are going to score this at 4.25 inches on the 8.5 inch side, and we're going to fold that. Now we are going to stick that completely together. I found that you need a really quite a strong base for this card. As you can see, all the layers have made that a really hard, solid base. You don't want anything that's flimsy, because this is like, it's a pop-up card. And the best part about it is it lays flat and goes into an envelope, or you can make a special box to put it in to give to someone. So we've done that on these 2 pieces that are 4.5 inches. We're going to score at 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, and 4 inches. And we'll do that on both of them. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and on our little 4-inch piece we're just going to score 1, 2, and 3. So we'll just score those. We'll fold them and burnish them. Oh, and our little pieces here, our little 1 inch, we're just going to score those at 1/2 inch. Our 2 little circles. That's it. So that's all the scoring done. Oh no, I didn't. I forgot to score the little card. Wait a minute. One more piece. It has lots of pieces to this card, but the overall effect is really, really stunning. So this is 2 1/8 of an inch. Okay, and you're just going to fold that up. Yeah, so let's get cracking on this. We will cut out those little pieces because I need those. So we need a piece. And we need to cut these at 3/4 of an inch. And we need 2, 4, 6 pieces. That's 3. That's 4. Get rid of that bit. Cut another one. So I've got 4. That's 5. And that one's 6. Right. So I've cut all those. I should have had those cut before, but I forgot about them. Get rid of those bits. Right. So we'll fold and burnish all our score lines. So these here are our little sections that will go, this goes here to form the pop-up centre section, and then these ones here will form the side sections. Come here. Don't be tricky. So I use a little bit of glue to glue these together. Because it's something that moves, sometimes you just need to use a glue for these. And I'll fold that in the second score line. and fold that over. And give that a minute to adhere. So we'll do this to the other one as well. Oh, come here. I'll just fold that over. And there we are. There's our two little side diamond. Well, they are squares, but when they work. And I'll put those pieces on after. I can put two pieces on here. Because they're going to fit just here on this little panel. I'd advise you to go over and have a look and see what this lady's made, because they are. They truly are fantastic, and like I said, I loved what she'd done, and I just thought I'd like to share it with all my crafty friends. So what we're going to do now is we're going to adhere this panel together, and I will use glue. So I need a little bit of cardboard. That's it. So I'll adhere this together. Like I said, it just makes for a stronger card. And then we're going to adhere. Now I like it so that this becomes, the folded edge becomes the front of the card. And we'll adhere down our paper onto our mat. And adhere that to this panel as evenly as you can. Now I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to measure in with the other white gel pen, because it's the only thing that I could see on the black. I'm going to measure in, so this is 5.5, so 2 and 5.5, so for half of that is 2 3/4. And then I'm going to measure across at 2 1/8. And that's there. So that point there is where I'm going to adhere my panels, and it doesn't matter about that because you're not going to see it. Now onto these, because they're 1.5 inches wide. Oops, a daisy. I'm not doing very well. They're 1.5 inches, 1 1/4 inches wide. So half of that is, half of one is there. So it'll be there, 1 1/8. So I'm going to make a little mark on both sides. So 1 1/8. No, 5/8 of an inch. So there it is. And I'll do the same on this one. But because I've already done it on that one, I'll just lay this on to match it. And just draw the line across. This is so we can have the placement on our piece here. I'll do the same with this one. So here and here. I should let that ink dry, but you know what? I never will. So I'll leave those alone for 1 minute, and I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to adhere these panels down. Put our first one on. I love this new colour blue, but then again I always like blue, it doesn't matter what colour it is. Dark blue, light blue, sea green blue, the colour blue. Aquas, they're my favourites. And we're going to adhere these panels to this little card. I might have to put a piece of white down so you can see what I'm doing. So pop them on there like so. Now we're coming back to this panel. Actually, I've got a piece of white here. I'll put this down, you might be able to see better. Right, so what I'm going to do here is add some glue to, I want the join at the top. So I'm going to add glue to the one underneath. And I'm going to line that up. So that line there lines up there. Like so. Because I know that's the middle of the card. Then I'm going to take this one and make sure that that join is at the top. And add adhesive onto the back here. And I'm going to line that up as well. I'm not going to put them super close together because I want them to have a bit of room in them. Now this one needs to come up just a fraction if I follow these dots. So they will sit like that. So then when they come up they will fit like this. If they're too close together they won't pop up properly. So now we'll take our add adhesive onto one side of this. Now I'm going to take my card and fold it in half. I'm going to lay it onto my card and get it into the middle so that the fold is in the middle of the two pieces. I didn't plan that very well, did I? So they will sit. Then I'm going to open the card. And place it so get it so that it fits nice and evenly. So that it sits just in there. So then you can see it's adhered on that side. And it's all straight and level. Right, so now we'll fold it back and now we're going to do the same on this side. So put our adhesive onto here and fold our card down, press it into place. And then there's our second one. So that is the beginning of our star shape. Now for this piece here, I'm going to add glue onto one side. I need to get in the camera shot. And I'm going to bring that up so that I can line up. I can see the line. There's sort of like a line that runs between the two of them. And just adhere that section down there, like so. I might have to trim that. That's a little bit. I'm going to cut just a snip off the end of this one. I don't want it to be too right. done that. Now what? Put glue on this one. I can't see. Chosen a terrible colour for doing a video at this hour of the night. And then we'll fold this, lift this back up, and fold that down flat into there. And that's our middle section done. We'll just give that a minute to adhere into place. And then that forms your star shape. So it's come up all right. Now we will take our 2 circles and we're going to fold those in half, like so. Lay this flat, add a bit of glue to these, and they are going to go into on near the fold line in the middle there. But I'm not going to have them jammed next to each other, so they will sit up like that. So they've got a little bit of movement in them. And then we'll take our black circle, add here, we'll put glue on here and here. We're going to take our circle and we're going to lay that evenly down in the middle and let that glue adhere. And then when we lift it up, you can see that that centre section now pops out. And now I'll take the happy birthday and I'm going to cut around it. Just like that. And then I'm going to get some 3D foam, which is, no, I don't want the little skinny ones. And on the 2 peas, and they're going to sit, I might even put it on the A too, I think. They're going to just sit there like so. And then the T and the H. So in between those 2 and in between those 2. And that's our happy birthday for our pop-up section. So that's how that will sit. And for those sections under here, which I should have put on before I put the happy birthday on. See what happens when you get a bit overzealous? That's just going to fit into there like so. Just like that. I'll do the last 2. So put that on before you put your circles on. I just got a bit excited. But it's not hard to put them on. There we go. So that's how they will fit. So that's so far as your card. Now for our little balloons. I cut these balloons from the, what was it? Stars and Sparklers card making workshop. So if you have that one, use that. If not, you can cut them out on the Cricut, just whichever way you want to go. So I just laid put a glue dot on the back, put that in, wound it round twice, brought it back up and then straight down. And then I just cut off a tail. I thought I can always trim that up after. And then for my bit of acetate, I got another glue dot and placed it on top. And then pop that over the top just above it so that there'll be two pieces collecting it together. And then I'm going to add a glue dot to the back. And then I'm going to put them, I'll hold up the string for a minute. And now I'm going to insert them in. They can't go too far above the top of the card. And I'm going to put the strings down so they hang at the bottom. So I'll just get another glue dot. And just stick that into place. And then, where did I put that one? Oh dear, I've gone and lost my sparkly one. Oh, here it is. It's not that far away, I just didn't look properly. So one more glue dot. And that can just fit in here. I wonder if I put it behind. No, it's got to go in there. And just pop the strings behind the back so that they can hang down towards the bottom. There we are, and I'll just give them a little bit of a trim. And now, because see that all sits flat now, so onto the back I will adhere our panel. And that's the card made. So I hope you enjoyed the making of this little card. See, by lining it this time now, they're lined up. This one here, they're out just slightly because I realised I was trying to do it a different way to line up the centerpiece with the side pieces. So it makes it look like it goes right through the card. But anyway, this is how you make this little card. I hope you enjoyed this little video and give this card a go. So till next time, happy crafting and bye for now.